Here we go, the Freaky Zookie. Hello, Mr. Zachary Davis. I'm a nightmare. I don't fight fair. Ugh. Oh, you fucking gotta be fucking with me. What do you mean? So what? Alright, what the fuck? Sorry if my shit goes in and out. Oh shit, here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah.
Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Packers going up against the Jaguars.
Oh shit.
With that, I get to say hello for the first time to our new commentators this year, as I'm privileged to welcome in Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Huh.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week one to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Oh shit, there we go.
One back, it's Lacy. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's the rookie from UCLA, Miles Jack, in there to drop his man and pick up his first career sack in his first career game. On fourth down, the Packers hand things over to Jake Shum to punt it. Back deep, Rashad Green. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Bortles now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Bortles again here on second and 10. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there on the catch and run. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it, because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 and the 19. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Bortles. That's caught. It's Thomas. And Gets it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Julius Thomas from 19 yards away. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throwing to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays.
6-play drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Yeah.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They go play action for Lacey. Now Rodgers. And Jeff Janis has it complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Partner, the one concern I had about Eddie Lacy coming out of Alabama was weight. And it became a concern for Green Bay in 2015.
Yeah, he was up over 260 pounds. Disappointing 2015. Looks a lot better, doesn't it?
A lot better, and when he's lean, oh boy, is he a heck of a runner.
Backing up. And he floated one out there, incomplete. He's a second-round pick, a solid second-round pick. But when you're close to that first round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a first-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had first-round grades on him.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck, as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy.
With Charles Davis on Brandon Gordon, second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Lacey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Rodgers going to get to Lacey on the draw. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going.
Dump off to Lacey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Alright. Well, I definitely
defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Surveying the field. Letting one go deep. Got a man open. Devontae Adams, 26 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They come up in an offset eye. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bortles. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
This isn't good. This isn't good. Wait, what?
So the grab there by the defense, a holding penalty call.
Very nice. We got lucky.
They'll come out in the pistol. Bortles now on first down.
What?
And his throw is incomplete.
No way. Okay.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Bortles will try again on second down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clear.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angle.
Takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Bortles to throw on second down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's
looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Shields. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
Let's
make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's got time. And Cook has it left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient, and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 that time, and that leads to a Green Bay 1st.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
What happened?
False start, offense.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking for someone to throw to. And that is incomplete.
Right.
Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And 4th down coming up. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the 2nd quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the 1st half?
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
All right, here we go.
Now the return, Rashad Green. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Not yet.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And he'll get it up near. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Bortles. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first round. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime?
Got this.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, then you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. The Packers defense here. They're heading back out onto the field. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end the drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing is Bortles. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Right. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Right. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Fresh set of downs here. A good catch there and a first down for the offense.
Excellent awareness by the receiver to know where the first down marker was.
Now T.J. Yeldon, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
To throw is Bortles. Completes it to Lee. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there on 20 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bortles now on first down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it.
Wow.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sam Shields. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And some room to run now. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Packers are going to have a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. Out to the flat for Lacey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll set up the screen to Lacey.
Oh, fuck. Face mask. It's not good.
Face mask. Defense.
Shut up.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
No.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
There you go.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Nickel back defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8.
That pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark. Because
That's why I need this time out.
After reviewing the call,
Oh, what?
the field was reversed.
What?
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
They'll run it with Lacey. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A gain of 8 and a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free. And brings Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Surveying the field to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
To throw is Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Crosby puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Oh, wow. And he'll make it across the 20, as those guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Right,
now we focus on the tight end, Julius Thomas. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers, and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go into the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you've worked all week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game. A lot of times that's what they do. Just find a little subtle thing, one little change, and maybe it can make things a little bit better.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Over the middle, the connection to Burns. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
I'm struggling in the red zone now, so I don't want to take too much time, but at the same time.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. Now he's hit. And Bortles fumble. The big fella. And the Packers pick it up. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Rodgers will throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Bortles. It's caught right side. It turns. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
What?
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. 2 yards to go here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Bortles. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
So right.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to win this football game. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Again, it's Lacey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get.
Alright, there you go. No big deal. I did awesome. But hey, it'll get better. I'm gonna do some edits to my team. Pick some different players up. I'll let y'all know who I pick up. But for now, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll probably play again tomorrow or do some edits and I'll broadcast that so y'all can see what edits I made. And yeah, I'm winning the fucking Super Bowl, so you can think what you want about that first of all. Alright, peace.